All right, so this is take two because in take one, somebody called me when I was like 6 minutes in. I'm like, oh, you fucking kidding me? I'm like, now I gotta fucking restart it. It's a good thing I wasn't that far in though. So yeah. So update video. Um, I got 4 CDs and a record. Um, I can't say the variety is that good. There's no black metal though, surprisingly. Well, this one band, they kind of border between melodic death and black metal, so it's kind of a toss up, you know. But each of the 2 CDs are both by the same band, so there's only 3 bands in this video. Like I said, not a huge variety in this video, but some cool and interesting shit that hopefully will appeal to everybody. So yeah, um, so I'll show the CDs first and then the record. All right. So this is Dawn, and this is their debut album. I'm not going to try and pronounce the name of the album because it's in like fucking Swedish. Um, like I said, this band kind of like they're considered like melodic black or melodic death metal, black metal. Um, I would consider them more melodic death metal, but they do have a lot of black metal influence in them. Um, just the way their songs are structured is more is has a lot of black metal influence. So I could see why they get classified as that sometimes. But yeah, so let's see. Century Media reissued their. Now they only have 2 albums and an EP, like as far as official releases go, and Century Media reissued all 3 of them a couple years back. So, but yeah, I got this from Ominous Domain. Well, I ordered it off eBay, but it came from Ominous Domain. Like I ordered it from their account on eBay, so it still came from Ominous Domain. So yeah, but this band is fucking great. They only had, like I said, they only have 2 albums and an EP. Um, so if you wanted to check them out, it's not like it would take much effort, you know, to just give their shit a listen. In case you're not too familiar with this band, their vocalist, his name is really fucking hard to pronounce, but I'll try and pronounce it. Hanky I don't know. He did the vocals for In Flames' EP, Subterranean. Um, just throwing that out there, you know, just because In Flames is a more well-known band. So if you've heard Subterranean, that's this guy. So yeah, because I guess he was their session vocalist at the time. So, but yeah, this is his band. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, that's him in the middle. Oh, yeah, good shit though. This band is, I love this band. Fucking great. It's nice to finally get this on CD because I've been trying to get this for the better part of a year now or so. So it's nice that I was finally able to get a copy, as opposed to getting this reissue, as opposed to spending like 50-60 bucks on an original pressing, which I'm not down with that. So yeah, but yeah, good shit. I would say, in my opinion, the 2 best tracks on the album are probably Diabolical Beauty and Ever Flaming. So at least check out those 2 tracks if you're interested and haven't heard this. So yeah. But yeah, Dawn, this is their first album. Like I said, I'm not going to try and pronounce the name because it's too fucking difficult, and I don't speak that language, so yeah. But yeah, just check it out if you haven't. It's good shit. And staying with the same band, this is the EP they released after that. After their first album. Also, like I mentioned, also reissued by Century Media a couple years ago. So that's good because, like I said, if if the only other way you could get it is if you went out and spent like 50, $60 on an original CD pressing. So yeah, you got Century Media trying to fucking sell their shit there. Yep. Band pictures. Oh, he's wearing a Marduk shirt. So yeah, you could definitely tell there was some black metal influence. Definitely. Yeah. The only thing I hated though is that it's okay. It's a 4-track EP, but the first track is an intro, so I think it's only like not even 2 minutes long. So there's only like really 3 songs on the CD. They're all fucking great though. This is a really fucking good EP. That's for sure. Out of the actual 3 songs, Soil of Dead Earth was probably my favorite. So, yeah. Just definitely give this a listen. It's an EP, fucking like 20 some odd minutes long. Yeah. Yeah, probably about 20 minutes long. So yeah, check it out. Like I said, pretty sure this came out in 96 because their first album came out in 95. So yeah. But yeah, good shit. Also, this also came from Ominous Domain, so if you are interested getting a copy, they might still have some in stock. I'm assuming they would. But yeah, good shit. Please check this band out if you haven't. Please check this band out if you haven't. Yeah, because they're just like, I mean, think like, I don't know. Just like if you're just like a fan of that Swedish melodic death black metal sound, just check them out. And you should like them. All right. So, switching bands. All right. Now these last few things that I'm going to show, I just picked these up yesterday actually. This is Overkill with Taking Over. Good fucking album. This fucking reissue is fucking just pathetic. I mean, look at the lack of just like there's not much to it. I mean, look how boring this is, like I don't know. Like what the fuck? And then like what the fuck is with this shit? Like really? No lyrics or anything? Like what the fuck? I don't know. Whichever label re-released this bullshit needs to be re-released it like this needs to be shot. Because that's just fucking pathetic. But yeah. I'm not that big. I'm not like a huge Overkill fan, but I do enjoy them. And I've been wanting to get kind of like their 80s albums on CD for a while, so I had the opportunity to grab a couple of them yesterday. And there wasn't really anything else there that I wanted more than these 2 CDs, so I just went ahead and got these. Got them brand new too, so didn't get them used. But yeah, good shit. Overkill's great. Deny the Cross. Let's see here. Electroviolence. Overkill 2. Probably my favorite songs on the album. I mean, it's just your typical thrash metal. I can say there's nothing real special about Overkill, because there isn't. They're just your typical thrash metal, in my opinion. But it's good shit nonetheless, and it's worth listening to if you enjoy thrash metal and you have not ever checked them out. So, But yeah, Overkill taking over. This is their second album, I believe. Yeah. Alrighty, so coming right off the heels of that, this is Overkill with Under the Influence. This is their third album. Not as good as Taking Over, in my opinion, or Field of Fire, but yeah. This one actually has a little more to it. So, yeah. Let's see what we got in here. Yeah, see, this one's got lyrics and shit. This one's actually got some shit to it. But yeah, like I said, in my opinion, not as good as Taking Over, but it was still very good nonetheless. Let's see here. Let's see. Shred was probably one of my favorites. You also had End of the Line, Overkill 3. I like that title track though. So I guess, yeah, Overkill 1 was on the first album. So yeah, that was just really fucking good. Yeah, you know, it's like not really much to say about Overkill because it's your typical thrash metal. You know, if you've never heard them and you enjoy thrash metal, then you should enjoy these guys. I mean, they didn't make it anywhere near as big as, you know, bands like Metallica and Slayer, but they're just straightforward thrash metal. There's nothing else to say. So yeah, just give them a listen if you haven't. But yeah, Overkill, Under the Influence. Good shit. Alrighty. So, now this last thing I'm going to show, I have been looking for this for a few years now. And when I walked into my local record store yesterday, they had just had like a bunch of these picture discs and stuff. And there's one picture disc in particular that I had been looking for. It was just so hard to find, and if you did find it, it was just ridiculously expensive, you know. But surprisingly, the owner had 2 copies. I mean, it was pretty tempting to buy both, considering how rare it was. And he was only wanting $10 for them, which it's worth a hell of a lot more than that, but I didn't want to say anything. But I'll go ahead and show it. So without further ado, this is the Black Forever picture disc, W.A.S.P. If you just see my other shit on my YouTube channel, you'll know I am a huge W.A.S.P. fan. They're one of my favorite bands. You don't see too much in the update videos because I already pretty much almost have everything that I could want from that band. Anything else that I need is just like too expensive or just too hard to find. And this was one of those things in particular, but this is the, like I said, this is the Black Forever shaped picture disc. Extremely hard to find. But he had a bunch of W.A.S.P. picture discs there. And I was flipping through them just to make sure he didn't have any that I didn't already have, because I mean he had a bunch that I had already had, and I was like damn, I could have saved some money, but at the time I didn't, he didn't exactly have them at the store at the time. So yeah, but he had fucking 2 of these. I'm like, are you serious? You have 2 of these? Yeah. Side 1 is Black Forever, Side 2 is Goodbye America, both from the Still Not Black Enough album, which is a very underrated album. And And I asked him, I was like, "Where'd you get all those picture discs?" And he was like, "Oh man, I've had them for about a month or so." He was like, "I just now got them out on the floor." So yeah, $10. And normally, like, I'm serious. Go check eBay. Go check Discogs. This thing is scarce, and if you do find it, it's not cheap, by any means. So I considered myself very lucky. That's why it was very tempting to buy both of them. You know. Um, yeah, like I said, this was a steal for me. I could not walk out of there without getting this. Um, because anybody who's followed my channel knows that I'm a huge W.A.S.P fan, so this was definitely a good find for me. And W.A.S.P is just an amazing band in general. If you were watching this and you have never checked them out, then I feel sorry for you. Because they're fucking great. I mean, they have just so much, you know, they're a lot different. I mean, when most people think of them, they think of, like, they want to try to, like, compare them to, like, a lot of the other, bands that came out of that, I mean, I don't want to say, like, Motley Crue and Rap by any means, because I love both those bands. But I mean, like, Poison and that kind of, you know, don't ever compare W.A.S.P to them. And all you gotta do is go listen to the debut album. If you have never heard W.A.S.P's debut album, you are doing yourself a major disservice. And that is probably one of the best heavy metal debuts ever. And I'm not saying that as an opinionated statement. I'm saying that as fact. So if you've never fucking heard it, I highly recommend you open a new tab and you fucking check that shit out. Definitely. It's good shit. But yeah, Black Forever picture disc. Finally fucking glad to put that in my W.A.S.P vinyl collection. Definitely. Alrighty, guys, that is it. Kind of a little bit of a teaser / spoiler for the next update video. The next update video is, I'm about 90% sure it's going to be all vinyl. So it'll definitely be interesting. I got some good shit coming in. I'm not going to say anything beyond that. Just know that the next update video is going to be sweet. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.